Today I fucked up by cheating on my wife with a fictional woman. I'm not a native speaker of Da English, so please bear with me. Too long did not read. At the bottom, as this sub requires a minimum of 750 characters per post. A couple of days ago my wife had a dream where I cheated on her and later leaving her to live with the other woman. She told me about her dream in the morning, clearly distressed. Trying to defuse the situation, I decided to create a funny origin story of the girl I was seeing in her dream. I named her Brumhida, as this name doesn't exist where we live and I thought it added volume and certain mystery to her character. The next day I posted a funny comment on a Facebook page, and received a haha reaction from a user named Brumhida. I thought it was hilarious and showed it to my wife, who promptly sent me to sleep on the sofa. Too long did not read. Wife dreams I'm cheating on her. I try to turn lemons to lemonade only to be shafted by Murphy's Law and my own stupidity. Life gave you lemons and you went ahead and squeezed them into your eyes. So how's Brumhida in bed? Brumhida sounds like the woman of your wife's dreams. I once had a girlfriend who dreamed I cheated on her. She got mad at me, because she claimed it meant I must be doing something to make her subconscious tell her that I was cheating. After we broke up, unrelated to the dream, I found out she had cheated on me several times. Her name was Glissinda the Troll. Fictional? You told me that you loved me. Those dreams happened often with my ex-GF. I never joked about it and never cheated or looked at other women. Yet she still kept having those dreams and it annoyed me as if her own brain was trying to get her to leave me. It worked, deadpan face. Now I need to re-watch Django for the 5th time, thanks. Today I fucked up by not logging out of Amazon. 41M. Always use my wife's 39F Amazon account when ordering because she has Amazon Prime. On Saturday, I ordered some computer parts and then left to go shopping. I usually always log out off accounts like that because our kids already gave us an expensive lesson with mobile games. After I returned home, my wife kept giving me these weird looks the entire rest of the day. And in the evening, when we were alone, she asked me if I wanted to tell her something. Completely clueless, I just answered, "No, why? What's going on?" That seemed to make her a bit angry, and she asked me why I ordered that stuff. I started to explain that I wanted to upgrade my PC but was cut off in the middle of my explanation by her holding her phone in my face and saying, "Not the computer parts." And I got to read a confirmation email about 1. 1x set of 3 butt plugs. 2. 2x vibrator, small and big. 3. 1x set of handcuffs. 4. 500 ml lube. She told me she already checked, and it was ordered from us, no one else logged into her account. And so after a bit of arguing and a sudden realization, we got way too much information about how our 14-year-old daughter planned to spend her Christmas money. And our daughter got a very embarrassing lesson about confirmation emails. And #X200B. Too long did not read. I left the Amazon account logged in and got yelled at by my wife because I ordered sex toys. Then we learn it was our daughter. I would have a discussion about why she needs it and if she is exploring solo, or if she is being requested by another. Many girls at that are getting requests by older men on the net to send photos and do stuff like that. I had to deal with it with my niece. Communication is important, and this shouldn't be scary for her. You should let her know it's normal to want to explore that and just not to make or send photos to anyone because it could be charged as production of child porn or used to blackmail her. This is a big important time in her life. Your handling of this will inform the way she communicates and respects you. You may be interested to know that Amazon has an Amazon Families feature. It lets you link accounts and share benefits like Prime or content, like Kindle books. But whilst maintaining separate accounts and order histories. Edit. It's called Amazon Household, not Amazon Families, and the link, for UK other markets may vary, is here. I am concerned a lot more about your daughter than your Amazon account. She ain't handcuffing herself. 14-year-old? That's real heavy for a 14 years old. I think you should maybe pay more attention to your kid. Something's not right here. The only thing I'd be worried about would be the handcuffs. I'd be more concerned that a 14-year-old doesn't understand how order histories work. Hole up. Not the asshole, but I would also be a bit concerned on how she's learned so much. Maybe it's reading something like 50 Shades, but I would make sure she's not being groomed by an older person. Just err on the side of caution. Today I fucked up by misunderstanding my drug dealer's lingo. Sorry to be cliché, but this, predictably, did not occur today, but years ago. So, I was a heavy skunk, very strong cannabis smoker at the time, and my dealer used to text deals of the day or whatever, with these absolutely absurd names that got more and more ridiculous as he and his brother began growing more and more potent strains. One day I was sitting at home, had just run out of smoke and was about to text him to see if he was about when I got a group text from him saying, "Got great turtle here, 20 pounds. Anyone interested?" I was, to give me a little credence here, pretty stoned and used to him naming his gross stupid thing, so assumed this was weed. I replied going, "Yeah, coming down." I get down to where I meet him. This was a train ride away, about a half-hour journey. He had good stuff so was happy to make the trip, and text him I'm there. I have my ex with me as well, for later context, as he was bored and fancied keeping me company. My guy replies to my "I'm here" text and tells me to come to his house, giving me the address. I'm rather chuffed as I think this is a massive demonstration of trust, and so I merrily pop down the road to his gaff. My ex stays at the tram stop. I get to his house, knock, he opens the door and a huge cloud of skunk smoke comes out, party in the background. He asks me if I'm here for the turtle. I say yeah. He grabs a Tupperware container and hands it to me after I give him the 20. I open the container, confused, and see a yellow-bellied terrapin. I look up and say to him, "This isn't a turtle. This is a terrapin." He asks me if I want it or not. I look down at the terrapin and just kinda think to myself how fucked up it is that this little guy is being sold like this and how inappropriate this housing choice is, so yeah, I'll take him. "Do you have any smoke?" Business concluded. I go back to my ex at the tram stop with my smoke and this fucking yellow-bellied terrapin. He asks what's in the tub. I show him. He tells me that isn't a turtle, it's a terrapin. I concur. We go and buy a tank and equipment while frantically Googling how to care for a bloody terrapin. We called her Shelley and she led a happy life until she passed naturally a year or so later. I have no idea how long terrapins live or how old she, or even if she was a she, was, but she seemed happy. And that is the story of how I took my dealer literally and ended up adopting a terrapin by accident. Too long did not read. I thought my dealer was making up fancy words for his wares and ended up with a terrapin child. Terrapins are turtles, so the dealer was not wrong. That's hilarious. Why would he just offer an animal out the blue? I would thought the same. Dude should have sent a picture first. I love how your dealer thought of you first to take the great turtle. Instructions unclear, smoke the turtle. Thank you for taking it home and letting it live a happy life. Looks like a pond slider, a semi-aquatic turtle belonging to the family Emetidae, and it probably should have lived a lot longer. Funniest part of the story was both of them going, "That's not a turtle, it's a terrapin." Somebody else totally traded that terrapin for weed. Terrapins are turtles though, so he wasn't wrong calling it one. Today I fucked up getting an 18-year-old pregnant. I'm 40. Throwaway for obvious reasons, and this happened a little bit ago. Baby isn't here yet. I don't need a fucking lecture either. I know what I did was stupid and I regret it every fucking moment of the day. So I have been a single parent for almost a decade now. Raised 3 children all by myself. Kids are still young, 10-14. Thanks to a druggy ex-wife. It's hard for me to date. So I don't really date. I do a lot of Tinder hookups when I need intimacy, and that has worked out pretty well for me. I normally try to keep it between 25 and 45 for hookups. I would never actually date a woman under 30 because we just won't have shit in common. What am I going to do? Fuck her and let her play on her iPad while I sleep? So anyway, I match with this 25-year-old and I pick her up for the standard. Take her to dinner, then we fuck and part ways kind of thing, but when we are talking during dinner something seems off. Her personality isn't quite what I'd expect from a 25-plus-year-old woman, and she honestly looked younger in person than her pictures. But this woman was extraordinarily attractive. I can't even put into words how beautiful she was. Her face, however, just seemed young. I stopped eating, took a drink, and just straight up asked her with a dead serious look, "How old are you, really?" Her eyes broke contact and she made this little scrunched up face like, "Oops," and said she was 18. I asked to check her ID and sure as shit. 18. Turning 19 in a couple weeks. I had been catfished before, but not like this, that's for sure. Anyway. I wanted to leave, but the thing she said at dinner convinced me to just say fuck it. We agreed. One night stand and that would be that. See you around. Everything about the sex was absolutely mind-blowing. She fucked me better than any woman around my age has. It was mind-numbing, and I didn't even feel guilty. I loved every fucking second of it. The sounds she made. The things she said. The things she did. Like what the fuck no woman in her right mind in her 30s or 40s would say or do the things this woman was doing to me. We did it several times that night and into the early morning. Fast forward about a month, and this was an almost every other night occurrence. I couldn't stop. She kept sending me pictures, videos, texts, all day, and I just couldn't help myself and kept going over to her apartment that her parents pay for, and fucking the shit out of this chick. We have nothing in common. We've talked about this multiple times. But she keeps telling me she doesn't want to leave me and is deeply in love and would die for me. Shit she should not be saying to anyone because it's absolutely ridiculous. Now she's 19 and pregnant. 100% my child. I have no issues supporting a child. I sure as fuck know how to be a dad. But this chick has her whole life ahead of her. How the fuck do I make her see that? I have fucking back and knee problems and she has a flawless body and she can't even drink alcohol legally. I am not her best choice. And shit's going to be even worse in 5-10 years as I get older. How do I make her see that? I regret it. Deeply. I feel like I robbed this woman of her life, but yet I still can't stop putting my dick inside her. I fucked up. Badly. Too long did not read. I am 40 years old and got catfished by an 18-year-old that I thought was 25 and still went through with fucking her. I can't stop fucking her and now she's pregnant with my child. Maybe you went to school with her parents. That would be an awesome high school reunion. Congrats on your 2 new children. Makes me feel good about my life decisions. Thank you. Skull fearful face. Yikes. I feel like describing how great the sex was kind of unnecessary. You started out the post not wanting to be lectured because you regret it every day. Even though it really seems like you don't LMFAO. This one is a yikes. I don't know what to say. I agree, a future is futile. I hope she looks at things and realizes there is minimal future in a partnership. On the plus side, you may be a similar age to her father, so aside from the issue of you knocking up his daughter, you'd likely get on very well. You just fucked your way to a new drinking buddy. Congratulations. I love how men will say, I fucked up and did something stupid, then proceed to talk about coming inside of an 18-year-old repeatedly for months. I feel like you haven't fucked many women in their 40s with this nonsense.